one of 5 Euro 2024 qualifiers going down at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. It sees Greece and Kazakhstan playing at the OPAP Arena in Athens, Greece. These teams are playing in Path C, with the winner of this game going on to play either Georgia or Luxembourg next week for one of 3 spots to go to the Euros. Greece was third in their European qualifying group at 4-1-3. They had 14 goals for, 8 goals allowed. They came just behind France and Netherlands, which would have been expected. But they did win their Nations League Group C division to get into this spot. Kazakhstan were fourth in their qualifying group at 6-0-4. They scored 16. They allowed 12. They had a good showing, but they still finished behind Denmark, Slovenia, and Finland. But they did have wins against Denmark and Finland and Northern Ireland. So all things considered, it was a very impressive showing by them during qualifying. They also won their C division in the Nations League. They've never been to a major tournament, so this will be a huge opportunity for them. However, they will be big underdogs to win this game in regulation at 9-1 odds, while Greece are minus 300. Big favorites at home, the draw being 4-1 odds. Greece to advance by any means through extra time or PKs, even bigger favorites at minus 650, while Kazakhstan are plus 425, over 2.5 plus 110 odds, under 2.5 minus 143. Both teams to score yes, plus 162, and the odds are heavily against Kazakhstan scoring here, as both teams to score no is favored at minus 225. The most likely scorer in this game in the odds is Atlanta United's from MLS, Georgios Giacomakos, at plus 150 odds. He already has scored 4 goals in just 3 MLS games, including a hat trick so far in the early stages of that season. But Vanegas Pavlidis is also tied atop the Eredivisie scoring charts, and he could be considered as a scoring prop bet as well. Head-to-head between these two nations, there's only 3 all-time meetings, and none since way back in 2006. So there is just nothing relevant to compare here if you want to think of those stats. But Greece is 3-0-0. Just as a fun fact, not really worth considering for this game. Greece, they have been solid at 3-1-1 in their last 5. They only have 5 losses in their last 18 games. They've scored a goal in 13 of 18 games as well. And despite Greece often being known for tighter and lower scoring games, there have been 2 or more goals in 12 of their last 18 and 10 of their last 13. For Kazakhstan, they're 7-0-3 in their last 10, so they have been in great form. They're 14-1-7 in their last 22. One of those wins did come in PKs, so they do rarely draw games. Kazakhstan, they have just 2 draws after regulation in that time in the last 22 games, and they only have 2 draws in their last 25 games in all competitions going back, so it's rarely a good bet to back draws when you're betting on Kazakhstan games. They've scored in 6 straight. They've also scored in 11 of 12. Now, versus teams not named France or Netherlands, Greece was 4-0-0 during the group stage, and they outscored their opponents 12-1. So playing against some of the weaker teams was very advantageous for them. They struggled versus the top teams in the group stage, but they did also draw France 2-2 away from home in their final game. Greece only has 2 home losses in their last 21 games, and those 2 losses were very tight. 1-0 to Netherlands and Spain. No shame there. In fact, very impressive. Given how Kazakhstan performed, though, in the group stage, I think maybe minus 300 for Greece to win might just be a little too short. You could possibly look for Kazakhstan to keep it close at plus 1.5. That could be an option at minus 133. Or maybe more likely, Greece do get this win. They do edge out a close, lower scoring game, and you can create something like a same game parlay with Greece to win. Greece to win by itself is minus 300, but if you add in under 4 goals, which is minus 400 by itself, over at a site like Bet365, Greece to win and under 4 goals would come in at minus 138. Let's make that the best bet in this game. Leave your best bets in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to get more European qualifying predictions, which you can also find in the playlist at the very end of this video. Thanks and good luck.